In American literature, the power of persuasion has been a crucial tool for influencing public opinion and advocating for change. This is obvious in the writings that we read this week. Um, Benjamin Franklin's remarks for concerning in American literature, the power of persuasion has been a crucial tool for influencing public opinion and advocating for change. This is obvious in Thomas Paine's Common Sense, Tecumseh's speech to Osages, and Benjamin Franklin's remarks concerning the savages of North America. Each each one of these writings, they use persuasive writing to influence the public opinion on governance and cultural understanding. These writings not only made you view it as if you were living through it, but also left an lasting impact on American literature and society by challenging social norms and advocating for change. The power of persuasion in literature has been a long reason for societal change, particularly in the context of history changing for the better. During moments that we have uh, in American literature, the power of persuasion has been a crucial tool for influencing public opinion and advocating for change. This is obvious in Thomas Paine's Common Sense, Techman's speech to Osages, and Benjamin Franklin's remark for the concerning the savages of North America. Each of these makes use of persuasive writing to sway public opinion on governing and cultural understanding. These writings were not only they not only made you feel like you were living through it, but also left a lasting impact on American literature and society by challenging social norms and advocating for change. The power of persuasion in literature has been a long reason for societal change, particularly in the context of history changing for the better. During moments like what we have read this week, writers have been writing this way to sway public opinion and advocate for new ways of thinking for a long time. They show the importance of writing about history. Each writing is distinctively persuasive in focusing on the issues of governance and unacceptable behaviors, leaving a bad taste in a lot of readers' mouths about how we used to think. And they have a lasting impact on changing future people's mindsets. For example, Common Sense was a life-changing book that made American colonists seek independence from the British rule. Paine used clear and precise wording that made logical arguments and complex political ideas. He used rhetorical questions to question the legitimacy of the British monarchy and fight for a republican form of government. For example, he did compare that the British monarchy was a house of cards, which showed its weakness, that it was not appropriate for the government. The writings were influential because they sold a lot of copies just in a few months and drastically influenced Congress's decision to declare independence. In one of the pages, he stated, "The next war may not turn out like the last, and it should not. The advocates for reconciliation now will be wishing for separation then, because neutrality in that case would be a safer convoy than a man of war." It remains a foundational text in political American literature because it incites thoughts. It inspires future generations to question authority and advocate for democratic principles. And Tamachi's a Shawnee leader delivered the speech to Osages in the early 19th century, encouraging Native American tribes to unite against invading American settlers when he stated, "Brothers, the white men are not friends to the Indians. At first, they only asked for land land sufficient for a wigwam. Now nothing will satisfy them but the whole of our hunting grounds from the rising to the setting sun." He made a convincing argument explaining how the white man wasn't really their friends, and we also saw this in the movie we watched. Because the white men, the only thing they want is to take their land and take as much as possible of it. Um, his efforts to form a pan-Indian confederation ultimately fell short, so they didn't end up, you know, coming together to fight the white man. But he did try to get people to put aside their personal grievances with other tribes, and it reflected in modern movements advocating for Native American rights and other cultural preservations. And in Franklin's remarks concerning the savages of North American, the European stereotypes of Native Americans by showing their sophisticated social structures and moral values through irony and association. Franklin analyzes the attitudes of European settlers, suggesting that so-called savages are often demonstrated greater civility and wisdom than the colonizers, uh, stating that savages, as we call them, because their manners differ from ours, which we think the perfection of civility, they think the same of theirs. By displaying Native American customs in a positive light, Franklin sought to foster a greater understanding and respect. His work contributed to a broader explanation that questioned the moral and intellectual control of European civilizations. Although Franklin's views were not completely accepted at the time, his essay did lay the groundwork for future cultural beliefs and the recognition of Native American contributions to the American society. The techniques in these writings had great impact on forming public opinion and government and cultural understandings. Their writings at the time were way ahead because they helped challenge the social norms and inspired readers to reconsider their beliefs and help change their actions that they were currently believing, which had lasting impact on their writings. And it is shown because we still use their writings today in American literature and society because they continue to inspire critical thoughts and advocate for change. When reading these, we do gain insight into the power of persuasion, how verbiage is used, and how its power to influence the course of history. Thank you.